Today on 2+U Nevada.
This is literally George Washington's
This is George Washington's
actual handwriting.
It's his handwriting. He had the best handwriting of any of the founding fathers.
A close-up look at the United States Constitution. As we continue to celebrate America's 250th birthday, we look at how future generations are reflecting on the importance of this document and what it means for their future.
I'm saying that we have a lot more in common than we do apart. It's a message to encourage unity, it's a message of peace, and it's just a simple recognition of our very existence as Americans.
One man's mission to honor America and how he's having meaningful conversations with complete strangers. The questions he's posing: what does America and its flag mean to them? Plus,
you know, the veterans, we all wouldn't be here today if we didn't have the veterans and what they've done for this great country. I believe in the United States of America, as does the DreamMaker team, our corporate team as well. So we're very passionate about helping the vets.
the local company giving back to our veterans of foreign wars, the complete revisioning of the bunker on Moana Lane. You're watching 2+U Nevada. It's home.
Put everything back in your house the way you like it.
With community and family. And this really is a family affair. It's local food.
Had that garlic in mind, capers.
It's health and wellness. Plus,
we don't have these, and we could be using them.
With plenty of entertainment. 2+U Nevada, brought to you by 911 Restoration. Thank you for joining us for this edition of 2+U Nevada. I'm Sarah Johns, your host. Here we go, day 2 in our snow day count. For parents who are counting, yesterday's school closure resulted in Washoe County School District's first use of a contingency day. Today is day 2 of 3 contingency days built into the school calendar. And the district is working with the Nevada Department of Education to determine what to do, since in looking at the calendar, this pushes our last day of school to June 9th. June 9th is the primary election day. But as it stands, it's fair to say the last day of school is no longer June 5th. Consider this as you're looking at summer vacation dates, summer camps, etc. And speaking of summer camps, registration is now open for some super cool opportunities through the university's College of Engineering. We'll look at that coming up next. Don't go anywhere. Thank you for joining us today for 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada, and I'm so excited to have Julia Lapham back in studio today. Of course, the Senior Coordinator of Recruitment and Outreach for the University of Nevada, Reno's College of Engineering. Julia, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me again.
So we had you here earlier, and throughout the discussion, I was learning how much you are doing for our youth in the community, doing outreach to make college accessible, to make the word engineering interesting to students in STEM and STEAM programs, but also just in any school whatsoever. And now you've got summer camps to talk about.
Yeah, we're so excited. We're getting ready for them to launch registration February 1st at 8 a.m. We're going to have 5 different summer camps this summer. We're going to have 2 for middle school students and 3 for high school students.
And it's crazy that we're talking about summer camps right now, but if you're not planning ahead, trust me, you need to register for whatever summer camp you're thinking of really in the spring. And so you said that these camp registrations open in February. That's why we're talking about it now, so that you can start thinking about what kind of summer camps you have. And you said that there are 2 middle school camps. Yeah. So let me ask you, with these middle school camps, can children who just completed 5th grade and who will be entering 6th grade, do they qualify for this type of summer camp?
They absolutely do. Yes.
Okay, wonderful. And what are the middle school summer camps?
Yes. So for this summer, we're going to have an introductory engineering middle school camp. So they're going to learn about the engineering design process. They're going to get to learn more about all of the different majors that we have in our college and do a lot of hands-on activities. And then for our second camp, it's a brand new camp this year. We're doing inventions and innovations. We're so excited. As a lot of people know, in Reno, there are so many small businesses and entrepreneurs, and we really want to play along with that goal of our city. And so this camp will have a lot of focus on entrepreneurship. We're working with our Small Business Development Center. We're going to be actually having them do a Shark Tank pitch style project throughout the week.
I love that. I love that. Okay, so you've got the one which is kind of engineering everywhere. It's more of an overview, because if you hear the word engineer, there are lots of different types of engineers. So you're going to be going through where engineering is in our community. Is that what it's going to be?
Yes. So we're going to be talking about, for example, our chemical engineering program, and then they're going to be doing some tie-dye activities to show how, right, we're trying to help them connect these simple activities in their day-to-day lives with what engineering actually is, because it's in all of the things we see in our community.
Right. Oh, I love that. And then engineering design process.
Yeah, that's kind of like the scientific method. It is where, engineers are going in, they're coming up with an idea, and then they're actually developing that idea, testing out that idea, and seeing if it's feasible. And so we're helping these kiddos understand that to be an engineer means you're going to be doing a lot of trial and error, and that's a fun thing. That's an exciting thing.
Absolutely. They love that for sure. Okay, and then the high school camps. There are 2 that are 5 days, and then you have high school camps that are mini high school camps that are 2 days.
Yes, we are starting this 2-day camp for the first time this summer. It's going to be an aerospace engineering theme.
Wow.
Yes. So we know that aerospace engineering is really up and coming right now, and in our university, we actually started an aerospace engineering major this past fall.
We had the engineering club and your aerospace engineering professor on this show earlier when our show first started.
Yes, they are phenomenal. They're going to be heavily involved, actually, that club and that Professor Dr. Aditya Nair. So we're really excited to be developing this.
That is so cool. Okay, so that one, the 2-day one, that is specific to aerospace. Let's go into the other high school camps, Engineering Adventures. What is that one?
Engineering Adventures is essentially each day for the first half of the day, we're going to be talking about our different majors and then doing hands-on activities. And then in the afternoons, we're going on field trips to local organizations that represent that type of engineering.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Okay. And then your other high school camp is Civil and Environmental Engineering. So explain what kids will see there.
Yes, so for that one, we work really closely with the civil engineering firm JUB Engineering, who's actually helping sponsor this camp. So we'll be working with them and our faculty to do hands-on civil experiments. So one thing we do is cure concrete canoes, which the Concrete Canoe Club on campus is a huge deal. So we're getting them exposed to that, helping them understand what transportation is, right? Analytics of seeing our traffic flow. We're helping them. They'll actually get to do test driving in a modular system. It's really a cool camp if they have any interest in civil engineering, construction, or just architecture.
That's so neat. And this really helps children too, and when I say children, I mean young adults as well. This really helps them identify that, if they think they want to be an engineer and they go to these camps, it will help them kind of select which avenue they would like to go in.
That's the goal. I always tell students, you got to try it out. And even if you don't enjoy that type of engineering, now you know what might be a better fit for you. So you got to put yourself out there and see what civil engineering feels like, or aerospace, or any of the ones we offer.
Sure. And full disclosure, if your high schooler attends one of the high school camps, it doesn't help you get into the College of Engineering once you graduate, right?
No, it doesn't necessarily help you get into the college, but you're going to have familiarity with staff and current students on campus. We actually have had a student worker of ours who attended one of our camps when he was in high school, who is now in his master's program and is still working on our team supporting the program. So,
and that's what you want.
Yes.
That's why you're doing this outreach. Okay, so where can people go to register? Again, registration opens in February 1st at 8 a.m.
Yes, ma'am. So they will be available on our website, our College of Engineering at the University of Nevada's outreach website. And if they just go into our K-12 program, summer camps is right there, and you can select and look at the dates for each camp, the costs for each camp, and some more of the details so that you can figure out which one will be best for your family.
And quickly, before we wrap up, I do want to say with the cost of these camps, scholarships are available. Is that information on your website as well?
Absolutely. They just need to get in contact with our coordinator of K-12 outreach, Paige Freese, and she will walk them through the whole process because, again, we want to make these camps as accessible to everyone as possible.
Julia, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada, and this afternoon I am so excited to be sitting with Dolores Ward-Cox, the Executive Director of the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute, a part of the University of Nevada, Reno, and of course it's so much easier to say OLLI, so we're just going to say OLLI.
Sounds good.
Dolores, thank you for joining us. You know, I had the opportunity to tour OLLI and learn about it, I want to say a year or two ago, and it's such a phenomenal educational resource for people in our community. Please tell folks at home what you do.
Yes, of course. So at the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute, we offer programs to adults of all ages, but our programs are specifically tailored to those 50 plus. And those programs, subject matters range from the arts to geography, to history, to Chautauqua Talks. We have a wide range and variety of programs that fit anybody's interest. In addition to that, we have what's called ongoing interest groups. So if somebody's interested in a foreign language, we have all sorts of foreign languages now. We have Spanish, French, Italian, and now just currently this semester, we have German. And
wow.
So,
Okay, so wait, I want to delve into that because
yes.
like when I was growing up, I took Spanish. I actually took it in college and got really good at speaking it, but haven't spoken it since. And so I've been trying Duolingo. It's not working for me. So a class like this, is it like an immersion class, or can someone like me who used to speak it take a class and get better?
And we have a variety of students or members that come in who have taken it, who had taken it in high school and then in college and then lost it. And so they're like, we want to brush up, you know, again with this foreign language. So they come to the class. So it's people of all sorts of backgrounds. So we have a variety of Spanish classes. We have a beginner's one that we just started this semester. Then we have an intermediate to a fluent speaking one. So it depends on where you feel comfortable in your speaking skill and level with it. And you can start in the beginners and see if that's for you, if it's tailored for you, or, you know, try the more conversational Spanish. So that's what's really neat about OLLI, is that you can try these classes and see where is it a good fit for me. In addition to that, a lot of people who come are taking travel and trips to Spain, and they're like, I need to brush up on my Spanish and figure out like, where am I, so I can communicate with locals there.
That is super cool. And what I love about this, okay, so let's talk about the model of OLLI. So there's a membership, is that correct?
Correct.
And then what does that get you?
So we are one of 125 OLLIs nationwide. And so our OLLI is very unique. And what we say at OLLIs are, if you've seen one OLLI, you've seen one OLLI, just in how it's structured. So ours is very unique in the sense of you just have a membership fee that you pay for, and then everything else is all inclusive.
Wow.
So that fee pays for everything. You don't have to pay separate costs for, you know, joining a Spanish class or joining another program that we have that's, you know, 6 to 8 to 16 weeks long.
Okay, and then who do you tailor these classes for? Because I am this close to 50. So do you have to be 50 to join OLLI, or is it any adult?
Any adult at any age.
Okay.
So it's just that we have to share with them that it is tailored more for those 50 and older. But I'll tell you, all of those classes, I mean, even at my age or younger, I'd be interested in it. We have student workers who are like, I want to learn a foreign language and I want to join. And quite frankly, they can be an OLLI member.
That is so cool. And you're very centrally located.
Yes.
While you are tied to the University of Nevada, you're not on the university campus, and you have much better parking. If
Yes. Absolutely.
Sorry, but it's really easy to park.
Yes, and we're so grateful for that and that opportunity. So we do have a building. It's on the corner of Moana and Grant. And so the city was also very kind in having us park across the way where there are solar panels. That's how we say it, you know, park in front of our parking slot, but there's only 40 spaces there. And then across the way, there's over 100 plus parking spaces. So we have that ability to accommodate our membership, which last year we were just shy of 1,600 members the last fiscal year.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yes.
Now, do you want to grow that membership? Can you grow? Do you have the bandwidth?
We do have the bandwidth to grow. Just prior to COVID, we were just shy of 2,500 members. And at that point, we were like, oh, we need to pump the brakes and not advertise anymore because we just couldn't, you know, accommodate. We had to turn people away, and we don't want to do that.
Right. Okay, so what does membership look like?
Absolutely. So we have term membership. So we run by fiscal year. So just like the university. So July 1st through June 30th of the following year. So we have an annual membership. And so that is $85. That is changing this coming fiscal year. Just with the cost of living, we have to increase our prices. So we're talking over with our advisory council what that platform looks like. And so the 85 for right now is the annual, and then we have term memberships. So July 1st through December is fall term, and then January 1st through June 30th is our spring membership. And those are respectively $50 a piece. And then we have a virtual membership. And we did this only because I, in my past career, did a lot of rural outreach. And so it's very important for those distant learners who still want to be part of a community, who still want to learn, to participate. So our OLLI is unique in the sense of we offer at least 90%, 95% of our offerings as hybrid.
Wow.
So they can log in via Zoom and join in and learn with us.
That is so cool. Okay, so what are you doing for the future? How is OLLI going to be moving forward?
That's a great question. So there are a lot of things that we have in the works is building, we want to build not only our membership, but also our volunteer base. So OLLI is truly run by volunteers. We're volunteer driven and member driven. So without them, we couldn't do what we do. I am the only full-time employee at OLLI, and I have two part-time workers and then student workers. So we rely heavily on our volunteers. And I'm proud to say that we have over 150 active volunteers to keep OLLI afloat. So in doing so, we have different committees that help out with certain projects in certain area focuses, one of which is our program committee. They're the ones who pull out and pull in all of the programs that we offer.
Wow. And for folks who want to learn more about those programs, where do they go? What's the website, phone number?
Definitely. Our website is OLLI, www.olli.unr.edu. I think that's correct. I'm trying to remember here.
We'll put the correct one on the on your screen.
Because our email address is very much the same. And then our phone number is 775-784-8053.
Dolores, thank you so much for
thank
joining us this
you.
afternoon. We appreciate you being here and what you're doing for the community.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having us.
You're watching 2+ Nevada. As we use this year to celebrate America's 250th anniversary of the United States Declaration of Independence, CBS is providing some really cool stories. It's a series called USA to Z, and we will run them here on 2+ Nevada. Today, the Constitution. It's among our oldest and most important founding documents. Jan Crawford takes us inside the National Archives, home of the Constitution, and to a classroom to see how future generations are embracing what it stands for.
In this stately hall in the nation's capital, the foundation of American government sits proudly on display.
New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and they signed from north to south.
But below the crowds,
These are handwritten notes.
Yeah, so
in the basement,
This is literally George Washington's
Washington's
actual handwriting.
It's his handwriting.
in a preservation lab built nearly 100 years ago,
He had the best handwriting of any of the founding fathers.
this is where the magic happens. It's an art glamorized by a certain Hollywood treasure hunter.
I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
but very much a reality for Senior Conservator at the National Archives, Morgan Browning. He and his team have spent years preparing the celebrations for America 250.
So this goes to Congress. Congress actually approves and says yes.
Their latest effort was putting rarely seen amendments on display with the Constitution.
When I started out, I could only dream of working on things like this. And then, fast forward 20 years. I mean, it's an immense privilege, and it's a lot of fun.
Do you ever kind of think about how it's also such a huge responsibility?
It's a responsibility, especially when you think of the Constitution and the amendments. It's so relevant today.
About 1 million people every year come to see the original U.S. Constitution and its amendments with the framers' unique signatures.
It's an opportunity to renew those bonds as Americans.
Jim Byron is senior advisor to the archivist.
We have 13.5 billion pieces of paper, 30 billion.
Billion
with a B. So America 250 is an incredible opportunity to expose and show more of what's in the archives.
How many of you found what you read empowering?
In nearby Chevy Chase, Maryland,
so they were giving away their freedom papers to other...
Teacher Amy Gleason is working to keep it relevant.
They just had to figure that out themselves.
Bringing the document to life for her students in a time when faith in government has been waning.
I really want them to see the humanity in history, that it's not just this old document.
For Gleason's fifth graders, the Constitution Unit is the highlight of the year, filled with reenactments, immersive lessons, and even a constitutional convention.
There's so many great things to know about who we are as a country and as a nation. And I think just to celebrate that, we also have to look at those missteps. We also have to understand where we didn't do it right so that we can do it right later. And I feel like as an educator, it's my job to help these kids see that they are a part of this and that they can have a voice.
A voice this group of 10 and 11-year-olds has been happy to embrace.
It makes us feel like a part of history. So we get to argue for our point and see everyone's side and how they thought of it. And it also made me feel like I was there at the time. And like as a woman, they wouldn't let them in. So it was really cool just being there and being a part of history.
I could really understand it because I was that person there.
You were a delegate.
So I was Benjamin Franklin.
Okay.
So I could easily understand what it would be like to be there and having discussions on what America should be like.
How many of you see that humanity again?
Discussions about America's future and ideals written and signed in this enduring document.
And what's the message there, do you think? What does that say to us?
That we can accomplish things.
We can accomplish things.
Yeah. Very much.
We can make this world better. There's things we can do to change it if only one person would stand up and do it.
Well, isn't that the truth? I love that those kids are embracing America's history. Stay with us. We'll be right back with a look at one local company that's giving back to our veterans of foreign wars. You are watching 2+ Nevada. So excited to be joined by Sean Colvin, owner of DreamMaker Bath and Kitchen. And Sean, we are at the VFW. For folks at home, it's the VFW location in between the Moana Pool and the Little League fields for Reno Continental.
Better known as the VFW Post 9211. They call it the bunker.
It's so cool. This is the subterranean bunker. This building has been here for decades.
1947 to be exact, built in the 40s. Originally it was supposed to have a second story, funds got cut, ended up subterranean. That's why they call it the bunker.
Give us the story of how you saw this building and you were like, I need to help these folks out.
We came here to do a fall festival, donated the door prize for the festival. Was the first time I was in here. I came downstairs, saw that it was original 1947, and we wanted to do something to give back, and we're doing just that.
It's amazing the work that you have done so far. This is a long-term, months-long, year-long project. I mean, you are mitigating asbestos. You are completely upgrading certain locations. What are we going to see?
Exactly. Today, we've already completed the men's and women's bathrooms. We've gone through asbestos mitigation. We're getting ready to start the kitchen next week. So yes, we've got another full year here. We're going to completely do all the flooring, paint, ceiling, everything inside.
We're going to take a look around and see what work you've already done and what's yet to come. Taking a look at some of the work that's already been done by DreamMaker Bath and Kitchen, I've got General Manager and Sean's better half joining us, Dawn Colvin. Thank you so much for showing us. This is amazing, beautiful work.
Isn't it? We really are proud of the work that happened and just making it feel warmer and homier for the ladies and men that come to the VFW.
And Dawn, it's really a cool family friend story that even got you involved here at the VFW.
Yeah, it's an amazing story. Our very dear friend Mike Biselli and his band, the Whitewater Band, based out of Sparks, introduced us to the VFW as a possible charitable organization that we could work with, and we love that group.
And by them introducing you to the VFW, all of this happened. Let's take a look inside the bathrooms.
Yeah.
How did you source the materials in the bathrooms?
So we have really great trade partners in the area, and kitchen cabinet distributors donated all of the cabinetry that you see in both the bathrooms. D&L Tile did the countertops and the fabrication of the countertops. Sherwin-Williams donated all the paint that we used, and that will be an ongoing thing with the rest of the remodel here. The Drosians donated flooring.
Where did you source the faucets?
Yes. Ferguson donated all the faucets, the toilets, the urinals, cabinet hardware,
And you brought something up. This is all new toilets. Even in the men's bathroom, you changed it from 3 urinals to 2 so that there was more clean space where people could wash their hands. You have 2 sinks instead of 1. Really uplifting this from an old, dreary location to it's nice, light, and beautiful.
Yeah, and so now they've got this great space that they can use. Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a look at some more. We are now with Morgan and Kyle. Kyle, you are the treasurer here at VFW Post 9211, and we've taken a tour around, taken a look at some of the work, but this, Morgan, is going to be a year-long project, if not longer than that. What's next?
We're getting ready to do the kitchen. We're in the planning stages right now, working with Kyle to work out the final details and everything, and then we're gonna get moving.
And what's behind us?
So Z-Line was courteous enough to work with us and give us their best recommendations on what's going to work best for this application, what their needs are on an everyday basis for their events and everything that they do here. It gave us some great recommendations and helped us a lot with these appliances.
And Kyle, when we're looking around, we've seen the bathroom remodel, the kitchen remodel is next. This VFW bunker, as we like to call it, how is it utilized and how is this going to help you?
Well, the bunker is utilized by 8 other veteran service organizations as well as 2 civilian organizations. They utilize it as a meeting place. The VFW also meets here twice a month to plan our operations for the year, which are pretty extensive. The appliances that were partially donated by Z-Line are incredible because it's actually, as a treasurer, I get to see all the utility bills that we get. And for a building that was built in 1946 and appliances that may not have been purchased since the 50s, these are going to help reduce our utility bills. So that would also include the canteen that we have actually operational right now. And when we have meetings with veterans of foreign wars or any of the other veteran service organizations, they do use the canteen, which is essentially a bar. That's how we make our money to operate throughout the year. That and also donations from amazing community members.
Kyle, quickly, what does it mean to have DreamMaker Bath and Kitchen doing this remodel for you?
Oh, it's incredible. I don't know if you can see the before pictures for the bathrooms, but the bathrooms we have now are actually a part of this time frame instead of 1950. Just seeing the momentum that people have coming in here, they feel a bit more welcome. They feel more at home. They feel like, oh, okay, it's not this archaic building, and it's not just the people either that help them feel that way. It's the building, and I've noticed quite a bit of talk about the kitchen and the bathrooms, and that's also leading us into another avenue for bringing in money to be able to operate this post, and that's rentals. Hopefully after the renovation is all complete, you'll have a property that you can rent that would be something that you'd like.
Such phenomenal work, Sean. It's absolutely amazing. Why do you feel so passionate about giving back to our veterans?
You know, the veterans, we all wouldn't be here today if we didn't have the veterans and what they've done for this great country. I believe in the United States of America, as does the DreamMaker team, our corporate team as well. So we're very passionate about helping the vets.
And you've done a great job at sourcing donations as well. DreamMaker Bath and Kitchen, you are the head of the project, but there are a lot of people that are helping you.
Yeah, DreamMaker Bath and Kitchen, both locally here in Reno and corporate, would like to thank Bedrosian's Tile and Stone, KCD Cabinets, Sherwin-Williams Paint, DNL Tile. We just want to thank the people that have given back materials at no cost so that we could do this project as philanthropy, and we're so grateful for all of them.
And we are so grateful for you for giving back to our veterans, and we're very grateful to our veterans of foreign wars who protect our country. So, Sean, thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're watching 2+ Univada. Are on the American trio that calls themselves the Blade Angels this week, and the elegance of Olympic figure skaters or the energy of a technically dazzling routine can be enhanced with the right costume. Those designs require more than just a vision. Karen Kafa takes us behind the process.
Naomi Brunson's Northern Virginia workspace has no shortage of sparkle.
Tons of rhinestones and hand beading around the neck.
As she takes a figure skater's vision from sketch to stitches.
She has some lace that's going to get added, and then everything will be all rhinestoned.
Brunson designed dance costumes from the time she was a teenager, but designing for the ice was always a dream. After her husband retired from the military and they settled down, she got going in 2019.
I've worked with some junior level skaters and some senior level skaters, a couple of skaters on the national team. But mostly what I do are just regular competitive skaters who are, they're not going to the Olympics, but they love it and they're passionate about it.
Whether a skater competes for fun or reaches peak Olympic ice, costumes can draw in the audience and boost the confidence of performers. Lisa McKinnon, who designed Olympic looks for U.S. skaters Alyssa Liu, Amber Glenn, and Isabel Levito, was a competitive skater herself and just 12 when she started designing costumes.
That's where my expertise comes in hand too, where it's like, okay, but we also need to put it together. It needs to work. It needs to be skatable, and all these things.
She says her experience gives her an idea of how a look will feel as she collaborates with skaters, choreographers, and more.
I need to narrow it down and put together and make sure that it suits the person and that it suits the program.
Because in addition to a skater's vision, there are rules. The International Skating Union says clothing must be modest and decorations firm. Things Brunson learned transitioning from dance to ice.
If you're skating on the ice and your feathers start shedding, it can be problematic and you could lose a point. It also can become a safety feature.
The work takes time. Brunson says she takes about 10 hours for setup, including sketches, and another 10 to sometimes 40 hours on construction, depending on the design.
Probably around 120,000 rhinestones last year that I hand put, and those are put on one at a time. Individually, plus beadwork. There's a lot of hand work. The lace is hand sewn.
Some of that work done in front of the TV during the Olympic Games.
Something where I can just sit on the couch, at 3 in the morning.
Admiring, she says, the work of McKinnon and other designers in the same unique space. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
Meanwhile, as America cheers on its athletes in Italy, a man is on a mission to run across the country as a way to honor the United States' 250th birthday. Cicely Porter caught up with him in Indiana about his journey and the message he hopes to send.
Noah Coughlin is on his 5th and final run across the country. He's not only wanting to make history, he wants to make an impact.
So figured I'd do the ultimate cause, which would be the American people. Not political in any way, and just wanted to honor my country.
He started in Maine and plans to run to Oregon along with the states he has not ran before. Then he will run across Alaska and end in Hawaii, with the finish line coinciding with America's 250th anniversary. Along the way, he stops to talk with people, asking what America and its flag means to them. The goal?
You know, I'm saying that we have a lot more in common than we do apart. It's a message to encourage unity. It's a message of peace. And it's just a simple recognition of our very existence as Americans going into the 250th.
A woman driving on US 12 passed Coughlin and was curious what he was doing. Once returning home to Elkhart, she looked up his story and was so touched, she drove back to find him.
Now is a time more than ever to have Americans come together. There's so much that's happening here. So yeah, he's a breath of fresh air and a big inspiration, and we're just excited to have met him.
Many others feeling the same way. A large group gathering in Edwardsburg to cheer him along. The Edwardsburg Area Historical Museum providing him with a coloring book representing the town, and county officials thanking him and giving him the County Challenge coin. Also in attendance, a familiar face to Noah, the mother of a boy with a disease Noah ran for in the past.
This is a selfless act right here, just to show America how amazing we are, how we can be great together. Doesn't matter if it's a rare disease, veterans, we're all the same. We're all one people. And so this is just a beautiful way for him to wrap up his journey.
This gaining more attention than past runs, and he believes it's because
this run, it's more than just the year 2026. This is 1776 to 2026. It's a message of unity. It's a message of hope. It's a statement that we're stronger together. And that is what I'm seeing from town to town.
Stay with us. We'll be right back. Now for a look at some people getting creative with excess snow or ice. First up, life in one New Jersey town just got a whole lot sweeter. Vanessa Murdoch introduces us to the man who crafted a good humor truck out of snow, and he even sells ice cream out of it for a great cause.
So I have several flavors.
Robert Schott serves up happiness from his front lawn in Cranford, New Jersey, where he parked his good humor truck made out of 99% snow.
Is that the one you like?
Yeah.
Candy Center. There you go, sweetheart.
Thank you. Complete with headlights, rims, and a front seat to sit and enjoy, say, a toasted almond, this model of a 1953 truck is oh so good.
You can't see it, but there's a bumper Chevrolet sticker because it's for the Chevy.
And back then, a good humor bar only cost 13 cents.
Is that what you're selling yours for?
No, I am selling mine for $5 a bar.
$5 because all profits benefit Children's Specialized Hospital Foundation based in Mountainside, New Jersey. Schott's friend Charlie Newman received care there. And Schott's father, Joseph, now just days away from his 104th birthday, spent time doing science experiments and playing games with patients.
In the 1960s and 70s, I volunteered there. I loved it, and I was led to believe they enjoyed seeing me.
So many stopped by Monday to appreciate this snow incognito.
That's a donation. All right, thank you.
How's the ice cream?
Delish.
Good?
Mm-hmm. And it's a good cause, too.
But the grand opening happened Friday evening. Neighbor Lisa Hunt helped bring the event to life and says the line wrapped around the corner.
When everybody showed up and Robert was standing there, I thought, this is what we did it for.
Online, some of the children being cared for at Children's Specialized Hospital.
The delight that the kids were getting, kids with really difficult challenges in their lives, and the parents who put so much out to take care of their children the best way they can, that got to my heart.
Warming hearts with freezing treats. In Cranford, New Jersey, Vanessa Murdoch, CBS News, New York.
Since the grand opening on Friday, Schott has raised more than $5,000 for Children's Specialized Hospital Foundation. Now to Oshkosh, Wisconsin, on Lake Winnebago there, a first of its kind, a bar on a frozen lake. Josh Cavender takes us there.
A mile out from the shore of Lake Winnebago sits an unlikely sight, the first ice bar run by Sturgeon Spirits in Oshkosh.
So we are standing on about 2 feet of frozen ice as we made our way out here, and you can kind of see what we have. We have a nice pop-up bar, and we have cocktails, and we have bottles.
The bar is a fully legal operation. thanks to some creative loopholes and a change in alcohol laws back in 2024 that allowed a second location.
It said the second retail license could be anywhere. It didn't have any specifications. And I said, from the very minute I started thinking about this, I'm like, how do we sell our product on the lake during sturgeon season?
The Bar on the Ice is offering 7 specialty drinks to those brave enough to make the journey a mile off the shore, and they'll be retired once the bar closes up shop. Visitors who made their way to the bar say it's worth the drive.
It was a little scary at first driving out, but it's been so much fun. Everybody that's been here so far has stopped by, had a couple drinks, talked, and I met a few people who are sturgeon spearers. I caught my first sturgeon. Yay.
It's pretty neat. It's cool that it's a local business and everything. And a lot of people have always talked about someone should put a bar and sell drinks out here. They'd probably make a killing, so now someone's doing it.
The bar isn't just for those spearing sturgeon. It's open to everyone.
I mean, I think a minority of people are actual spearers. They just wanted to they needed an excuse to get together, get out on the lake, enjoy a beautiful day, have a cocktail with friends, and that's really what Sturgeon Spirits is all about.
The bar will be open for the next 2 sturgeon spearing weekends, closing up shop on February 22nd.
Now, you've really got to love fishing to go out in that frozen cold for a cold one. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Are you a business or nonprofit and want to be featured on 2+ Nevada? Have a Mom-to-Mom Monday, a Tried It Tuesday, or even a cute pic you just want to show us? The whole point of 2+ Nevada is the plus you. You can send us your content by visiting our website. Head to 2news.com and click on 2+ Nevada, or you can email us at 2plusnevada@ktvn.com. Now for today's What in the World Wednesday. A toddler in Missouri found a foolproof way to win at those tricky claw machines. Climb inside it. While visiting a recreation center in Webster Groves with his family,
I literally glanced over there. He was pretend playing with the claw machine.
2-year-old Cooper King wasn't satisfied just pretending, so he took matters into his own hands.
They were just like, Cooper, your son is in the claw machine. And I just like...
The police department, fire department, and eventually someone from the vending machine company all came out and got the disappointed toddler out of the machine. Cooper was clearly having the time of his life, and everyone seemed to have a pretty good sense of humor about it too, with posts of his adventure going viral. In Lynchburg, Virginia, a rescue of a different kind saved a dog after it fell down an old well. A family's 2-year-old dog, Winnie, was roaming outside near the abandoned well, which they thought had been filled in and secured. When the ground gave way, the pooch plummeted about 50 feet to the bottom. Rescue crews worked near the unstable surface for about 3 hours, eventually lowering someone into the hole and successfully pulling Winnie to safety. She is resting at home after her ordeal left her with some minor injuries. Well, after 2 rescue stories, it's only right we highlight the next generation of rescuers. Introducing Bo. This good boy with the floppy ears and face wrinkles is training to be a hard-nosed police canine who will search for missing people in North Dakota. But for now, the only thing this baby bloodhound is searching for is toys. That's it for this edition of 2+ Nevada. Thank you for inviting us into your home this afternoon. We look forward to joining you every weekday at 3 for 2+ Nevada. 2 News Nevada at 4 starts now.